What is true health? Where does it come from? Did you know that 17% of the national budget is spent on the diagnosis and treatment of disease? Yet it seems like every year more people are dying from things like heart disease, cancer, and sickness. There has to be a better way. Better than applying the same band-aids to our health problems and expecting new results. Better than simply waiting until we feel sick and have to resort to drastic measures and extreme procedures. Well, there is a better way. A way to address all the problems at once and get to the root causes of sickness and disease. Chiropractic care is centered on that goal and is anchored on the body's innate ability to heal, grow, and adapt to the world around us. See, our body's nerve system is our primary source for healing and maintaining health. Our bodies are designed to be self-maintaining, self-healing, and self-developing in nature. This truth can be observed in the world around us. From your own life being formed through the collision of two living cells, to your body's ability to regulate its temperature and kill off infection. Chiropractic care is founded on this philosophy and views all areas of life as equal contributors to promoting or detracting from optimal health. It's a practice birthed in 1895 from a desire to find the source of true health and has quickly become the fastest growing profession in the modern health field. Life University is leading this revolution and developing thought leaders that are redefining the way the world views health. So the question is, what are you going to do for your health, for your community, and for the world around you? Visit life.edu to learn more about chiropractic care and other exciting opportunities that life has to offer.
Health. We all have it, good or bad, strong or weak. It is our measurement for a life that's full, a life well lived. Today, the United States has 1.1 million medical doctors, yet chronic disease continues to grow year to year, and our health as a nation continues to deteriorate. Why? With so much knowledge, with so many medical advances, will we still be getting sicker and sicker? Maybe our healthcare system needs a new breath of life. The world needs more chiropractors. Compared to 1.1 million medical doctors, the US has only 68,000 chiropractors. That's one chiropractor for every 5,000 people. Europe, which is twice the size of the US, has less than 5,000 chiropractors. China, less than 10 licensed chiropractors in a population of 1.4 billion people and growing. How can we battle the chronic disease that plagues our world? How can we truly change the health of our nation? Now is the time. We must bring a bold vision for the future of healthcare, a vision of healing and restoration, not simply based on drugs and symptoms, but one focused on individual healing that starts from the inside. It's time to spread the word. Enable others to reach their full potential in the US and around the world. Our vision is clear. We must double the number of chiropractors in the world over the next decade. The world needs more chiropractors. Are you ready to make it happen?
From the weight room to the court, never-ending grind.
At the end of the game, you actually win or lose depending on your strategy.
The game can change in like a matter of minutes.
Seeing my teammates next to me going hard, these boys, they bought in, so I'm going with them.
We come into it together as one.
my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody come past the doctor. I got a 6 cents for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster.
When I come to life, you know, everything was family.
It motivates me and drives me. We should set the tone and be leaders and show how people should act. No one's gonna be working this hard, so why not do it?
Hold me up or hold me down. Have my back or hold my crown. Either you with me or not. If you ready, give all you got. Cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power. I got the keys. Cause I break the chains. They try to hold me. I don't push back. Just wait till you see.
If your life student athlete, it means that you always have someone who's pushing you to be better. You always have someone that has faith in you.
My teammates here, they're my best friends, they're my family. Like, we all have each other's backs.
A lot of people don't get the chance to play at the college level. So just being in a great space and just being in Atlanta, and it's a great environment to be here.
Life University, Ladies and gentlemen, they proudly present the spring class of 2021.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and help me welcome Matthew Thomas Sputnik, sings our national anthem. Mr. Supnick, coming from the back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you, Matt. Please be seated. You know, the Brave Stadium's right across the road. I think they have an opening for this afternoon, Matt. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Rob Scott, and it is my distinct pleasure to serve as president of Life University. And I would like to begin this celebration by expressing our deep appreciation and gratitude for each and every one of you who's with us today, and welcome you to the June 2021 commencement exercise at Life University. I wish you could see what I see. What a great group. It's so nice for us to be back at commencement. You know, it goes without saying that we've all experienced unforeseen challenges that we would never have anticipated just 15 months ago. And with the COVID pandemic and our nation's recent unrest and heightened sense of racial vulnerability felt through this time, has only amplified the important task that lies ahead for these young men and women. See, I don't think there has ever been a time when the knowledge and understanding that these graduates possess, knowledge to how to create a healthier tomorrow for ourselves, for our communities, and for our countries, has ever been needed more than it is today. Each and every one of us has been touched in different ways, both over the course of the past 15 months and throughout the journey of life that brought us all here today, some tragically so. This graduating class, of course, is no exception, as today we posthumously recognize one of their classmates who we lost along the journey. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those who have been affected through these difficult times. So before we begin our ceremonies today and celebrate, I'd ask that we observe just a moment of silence to contemplate the significance of this day. And in our silence, let's give thanks to all that brought us to this moment. Let's remember the obstacles overcome, the joys shared with family and friends, and those special people we wish could be with us today who aren't. You join me, please. Thank you. It's indeed my honor to welcome you to Life University's June 2021 commencement, and we are delighted that the circumstances have permitted us to gather in person and celebrate the significant hard work of these recent graduates. So with the important work ahead of us today, to honor this graduating class, it's my pleasure to invite to the podium the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tim Gross. Dr. Gross.
Thank you. What we do here at Life sets us apart from all other colleges and universities. No other institution offers what Life does, and we are proud of our work here. And we are especially proud of our talented faculty who have prepared these students for career success, life fulfillment, and meaningful contribution. William S. Burroughs, one of America's most influential artists, said this: "The aim of education is knowledge, not of facts, but of values." And we could not agree more. So in support of that premise, a Life University education is rooted in 3 values. Life University's deans and faculty have selected members from their respective colleges who best represent each of these values, and we will recognize these recipients now. For the College of Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, Andrea Y. Brooks. And for the College of Chiropractic, Holly Ann Simon. These represent lasting purpose, to live an inner-directed life, to give, to do, to love, and to serve out of one's own abundance. For the College of Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, Cheryl Blackston. And for the College of Chiropractic, Jada Catrice Williams. These representing integrity, a state of completeness or wholeness, adherence to a set of values implying wholeness of body, mind, and spirit, and in our relationships with people and the planet. And finally, for the College of Chiropractic, College of Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, Dinah Famey. And for the College of Chiropractic, Fatih Velajowski. These representing vitalism, a recognition that the university itself is self-conscious and as such creates itself as a dynamic system wherein living organisms are self-developing, self-maintaining, and self-healing. Lasting purpose, integrity, and vitalism represent the foundation of a Life University education. They reflect our deepest values and are woven through every student's academic experience. These concepts of these values reflect the world's most important and far-reaching conversations, and we treat our role in that dialogue with the utmost respect. And now what everybody's been waiting for, the business at hand. Life University offers 22 degree programs at the associate's, bachelor's, master's, and professional doctoral levels. Today's commencement ceremony recognizes accomplishments from those graduating from the College of Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, the College of Online Education, and Life's flagship program, the College of Chiropractic. The Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and the Bachelor of Business Administration degree is awarded to those individuals who have successfully completed a minimum of 185 quarter credit hours. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize academic honors from this graduating class. For those unfamiliar with the awarding of honors and just how outstanding these accomplishments are, I would refer to your program. If you would, please stand when I call your name and remain standing. Our salutatorian is Nieja Kaba. And our valedictorian, Celia Rose Petersdottir. As our valedictorian makes her way up, I'd like to just share a little bit about her. She was vice president of the Association of Student Athletes and part of the track and field team. Her future plans include continuing her education in leadership and supply chain management and possibly open up her own company in the future. So at this time, I'd like to invite her to the podium to provide her valedictorian address.
Good afternoon, faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2021. I'm truly honored to be standing here today. There are a lot of things to be thankful for, and there are also many things to be excited for. We walk out of here with a degree in our hand and ready for life, I guess. But seriously, being a student here at Live University has taught me so much. I would like to thank the amazing professors who are always there for us. We are grateful for your passion and your effort to see us succeed. I would especially like to thank Molly Holly, Marie Powell, and Ronald Ware. Moving to a different country is not easy. But Ms. Saragul has made life so much easier for every one of us international students. So truly, thank you. I would also like to thank my family and friends, especially my parents who have taught me that hard work and passion will get you a long way. They have supported me in everything that I do, and I wish they could be here today celebrating with me. And Mom, I know you're watching online right now, so please don't cry. I would also like to thank the athletic department, administration, coaches, and staff for investing in us student athletes. Your contribution has been reflected on several championship titles and achievements among our teams. Many of us have waited for this day since we started school several years ago. But today, when it finally happens, we have mixed emotions. In retrospect, we might think, I wish I had done this, enjoy these years more. But I think the most important part about life is to live in the present. Enjoy this moment. Be proud of your accomplishments. Work hard and never let people tell you that it's impossible. People often say that life starts now, but truly, it has already started. We have learned so much, made mistakes, and celebrated victories and accomplishments. Time truly flies by. I remember quarter after quarter thinking in week 9, oh my God, I can't believe it's week 10 next week, I better start these final papers. My point is, life goes by fast, so don't waste a minute of it. This is your life. Do what you want and love to do. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out, because it's better to regret the things we have done than regret the things we haven't done. What I'm most proud about Live University is the diversity. As students, we are privileged to meet other people from all over the world. Being able to become familiar with different cultures is priceless and has taught me to put myself in others' shoes, look at things differently, and appreciate what I have. Today, I walk out of here with a degree in business administration. And I know the business world is tough, so I will have to fight harder than my male counterpart. Because the sad fact is that out of the Fortune 500 companies, only 30 women are CEOs. That is 6%. I want to live in a world where people have equal opportunities. We have to stop telling little girls that they are being bossy. Instead, we should tell them they have great leadership skills. We all should be a part of the change and do our best so next generations will have better opportunities. So please, listen and observe and take a stand when you see something wrong. Be known for your confidence and courage. Lastly, I want to encourage you to surround yourself with positive people, go out of your comfort zone, be kind, promote equality, and make a difference in the world. Enjoy this day with your family and friends, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words. And now I'd like to ask Dr. Jana Holwick, Dean of the College of Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, to present the candidates for the bachelor's degree to Dr. President Scott.
Mr. President, The candidates for the bachelor's degree have completed all academic requirements of Life University and come highly recommended by the faculty and administration to receive their degrees. It is with great pleasure that I present these candidates to you for the conferring of their degrees.
Celia Rose Pietersdotter, summa cum laude. Summa cum laude. Alex Alvarez. Marie Naomi Masengu Bahindwa, cum laude. Christian Anthony Bates. Shalani Ione Bentley. Caroline Biddle, summa cum laude. Roseanne Botman. Andrea Y. Brooks, cum laude. Austin Nicholas Brown. Bailey Yvonne Emily Brumbach, summa cum laude. Sydney Servinsky, cum laude. Daniela Ciancini Diaz, magna cum laude. Morgan Yolanda Crossfield. Cheyenne Daphne. Magali Dean, magna cum laude. Robert Dean Eric, cum laude. Gabriel S. Ernest. Jenna Marie Ellis, cum laude. Anne Marie Ellsworth. Alexandria Luz Villamor Enriquez, summa cum laude. Dina Feeney, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Thomas Franzen. Elizabeth Fuentes. Salali Godoy Diaz, magna cum laude. Marissa Victoria Gonzalez, cum laude. Tatiana Gonzalez. Gabriela D. Gutierrez. Isaiah Hart. Abigail Harvey, summa cum laude. Kaylin Larnay Hash. Cameron Deshawn Horton. Holly Sylvia Johnston, cum laude. Elin Camilla Josephson, magna cum laude. Aziz Elijah King Sr. Sarah Marie Martinez Melgar. Brent Carlson Montine, cum laude. Jordan Michaela Dolores Nelson, cum laude. Albert Nimako, magna cum laude. Elisa Kilela Joseph, magna cum laude. Michelle Elizabeth O'Haver. Natalie K. Pereira. Luis Vasquez Perez. George Richard Alexander Phelan, cum laude. Adarius Germain Pruitt, cum laude. Elise Kate Roberts. Palema Archangel Alawo Roberts, cum laude. Jesslyn Rosa Rosado, cum laude. Cheyenne Kyla Samuels, cum laude. Bria Lauren Leanne Sands. Noelle June Snyder. Isabel Solorzano Sierra, summa cum laude. Keegan Graham Connor Sparks. Tyler Anthony Spencer, magna cum laude. Maisha Tamir Teasley. Jonathan Patrick Toth, magna cum laude. Stephen Alexander Toth, summa cum laude. Linus Lucius van Rensburg. Avery Reed West. Melissa Marie West. Marie Leah Zimmerman, cum laude. Nadia Noel Zobe. Hi there. Sure, I'll keep going. Always room for one more.
While we wait for our candidates to return to their seats, I'd just like to...
We have one more, Dr. Scott. Always room. Matthew Allen Peterson.
Helps if I can actually see. A couple comments before we confer degrees. There's several stages to conferring degrees. There's the legal part where we actually stand up and I confer. There's a symbolic part where we, at the end, where we have our candidates change their tassels. And then on the chiropractic side, there's an ethical part where we actually do a chiropractic oath. So if we can just kind of let the celebrations kind of subside until we get to the very end with the tassels, that would be awesome. And I also want to take just a minute to recognize, because our valedictorian noticed the accomplishments of our athletes, and we saw several people coming to the stage wearing different stalls of different colors, gold ones for student ambassadors, light colored cream ones for life force doctors, and green ones are our student athletes who have completed their time as varsity athletes and are graduating. We are particularly pleased this year, and I must share this with you, so give me a minute, that we had an absolutely phenomenal year with athletics. If I get this correct, we had 5 individual or team national champions. We had 6 individual or team national runner-ups. We had 35 All-Americans. And out of 550 student athletes, we had 310 on the AD academic honors roll. Truly remarkable. And we also had a record 114 all-conference academic athletes. Truly a remarkable season. You should all be congratulated. So, bachelor's candidates, If I could ask you to please rise while I confer the degree. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the administration, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Life University in the state of Georgia, I hereby confer upon each of you your respected bachelor's degrees with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Life University also confers 3 master-level degrees: Master of Science in Sport Health Science, Master of Science in Positive Psychology, and Master of Science in Clinical Nutrition. The master's degree is conferred to candidates who have successfully completed a minimum of 52 quarter credit hours of post-baccalaureate work and any additional requirements in their particular specialty or concentration. I would ask Dr. Holwick back to the podium to present the candidates for the master's degree to President Scott.
Mr. President, the candidates for the master's degree have completed all academic requirements of Life University and come highly recommended by faculty and administration to receive their degrees. It is with great pleasure that I present these candidates to you for the conferring of their degrees. Candidates, please rise.
Alma Maria Ayala Diaz. Cheryl Elizabeth Blackston. Catherine Elizabeth Clement. Samantha Jo Drager. Michael J. Eggleston. Jamie Gant. Bridget Kathleen Kahele. Lakiva Michelle Lawrence. Justin Philip Lother. Kanisha T. Nichols. Dr. Nicole Savoy Nicholson. Kimberly Ann O'Toole. Mikhail Alexa Pitts. To Carrington Ray. Laura Marie Sofa. India Nicole Simpson. Samuel R. Wagner.
Is that it? You know, the one thing about school and college is that our graduates spent a lot of time in their studies, all of them. And the interesting part is that when they leave here, a few years down the road, they're not going to remember the names of courses and some of the details, but they're definitely going to remember their faculty who touched them through this experience. And I'd like to take just a moment to recognize our amazing faculty at Life University who are not able to be with us today because of protocols that allow our guests and families to be with us. But if we could take just a moment to acknowledge Life University's faculties who have contributed to these students' lives in very, very significant ways, if you could, please. And if I could ask our master's degree candidates to please rise. With the recommendation of the faculty and administration and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Life University in the state of Georgia, I hereby confer upon each of you the respective master's degrees with all their rights and privileges thereunto. Congratulations.
Life University also confers the degree Doctor of Chiropractic on candidates who have successfully completed the rigorous requirements of graduation. The program contains over 4,900 hours of instruction, which includes 5 academic years of study, the successful completion of required and elective coursework, and a 1.5-year-long clinic experience. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the recipients of honors for this summer 2021 graduating class. Please stand. Spring. Yes, spring. Well, there's a couple. So, summer 2021 graduating class. Please stand and remain standing as I call your name. The recipient of the Chiropractic Philosophy Distinction Award, Heidi Marie Webb. Our salutatorian is Sarah Dawn Bate. And our valedictorian, Rebecca Rose Oliveira. As our valedictorian makes her way up, I'd like to just share a little bit about her. Rebecca was born and raised right here at the birthplace of Life University, Marietta, Georgia. Rebecca was born and raised and studied biology and Romance languages at the University of Georgia until she attended Life University's Life Leadership Weekend that changed the trajectory of her life. After learning about vitalism and neuroplasticity, she realized chiropractic care gave her a way to fulfill her life purpose. During her time here at Life University, she had the honor of serving as a student ambassador, representing the President's Office to prospective students and distinguished guests. Rebecca also served as president of the Functional Neurology Club, where she taught weekly and shared her passion with other students. Rebecca has also accepted a position with Murray Chiropractic Neurology in St. Petersburg, Florida, where she is looking forward to continuing serving patients and changing lives. At this time, I'd like to invite Rebecca to the podium as a valedictorian.
Good afternoon, distinguished faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. It is so wonderful to have you all with us to share this momentous day in our lives. Before I begin, I have to thank those who helped me to become the woman and the doctor that I am today. Thank you, God, for giving me purpose. Thank you to my parents who have shown me unconditional love and supported all of my dreams from the time in elementary school when I wanted to be a chef in New York City to my new dream of being a chiropractic neurologist. Thank you to my brother Andrew for being my patient zero and believing in me before I believed in myself. Thank you to my mentor, Dr. Mark Ellis, for giving me invaluable patient experience and teaching me how to think like a doctor. And of course, a special thank you to all of my friends, classmates, and coffee for getting me to this day. One of my assignments in high school was to read the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. It is a book that analyzes successful people and what it is that makes those individuals different. Gladwell makes the argument that success isn't simply how smart you are or how hard you try. His research shows that successful people have put in the hours, been at the right place at the right time, and have the courage to seize opportunity as it presents itself. Studies show individuals who have practiced at least 10,000 hours were in the top tier of their craft. This implies it is not simply the innate talent you were born with, but also a matter of just putting in the hours. Class, I can tell you, we have put in the hours. 4 years later, if you add it up, the quarters we spent on campus with classes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., the hours spent after those long days studying for our countless exams, to the point that you probably had dreams of Yoke Monroe the night before Dr. Fox's midterms, the hours spent memorizing our ortho manual word for word, hours spent studying for OSCEs and national boards, hours spent in the clinic after seeing patients, doing every doctor's favorite thing, patient paperwork, and the weekends we spent in seminars dedicated to learning more for our future patients. The grand total comes out to an incredible amount of hours, and certainly enough to surpass this 10,000 hour threshold. Being at the right place at the right time, however, can seem out of our control. But if you keep your mind open and trust that opportunity will find you, you might see that it is actually right in front of you. During the past year, we have all been through a tremendous amount of change. But with times of change comes the beauty of transformation and opportunity. This unique time in our lives has allowed us all to be reminded about what truly matters in life. Now more than ever, people recognize the true value of their health. People can recognize the value we bring through chiropractic care. The roller coaster of going through school during a pandemic has brought us here today, to the right place at the right time. There is no better time to be graduating as a doctor of chiropractic. There is no better time to step into your calling to educate, inspire, and empower patients with the message of vitalism. So, my fellow classmates, what will give us the courage to seize opportunity? Courage comes from deep within us when we trust in our purpose and release our fear of failure. At the beginning of chiropractic school, we were encouraged to figure out our why, because this deeper meaning would help us to get through the hardest times of the program. For each of us, that drive is powerful in its uniqueness. My why is for my grandmothers and to help prevent others from facing their same situation. By the time I was 10, my grandma Julia developed dementia that progressed to advanced Alzheimer's. And now that I'm 25, my grandma Maria has also developed this devastating disease. It was so painful to watch these women that I adore slowly deteriorate in front of my eyes and feel helpless. Not only was it hard to see them lose themselves, but it was heartbreaking to see the effect their condition had on everyone in my family. Finding a career focused on building health and vitality to prevent disease, and a specialty that offers a way to stimulate, regrow, and improve brain function is truly a dream. My grandmother's stories helped to remind me that every day when a patient trusts you to care for them, you are given the opportunity to change their life. You have the opportunity to offer them hope and healing through the unique gifts that you possess. Allow your purpose to give you courage to seize this opportunity offered to you by every patient. As we continue our journey into a world that is full of both uncertainty and opportunity, I want you to consider one of my favorite verses. Perhaps this is the moment for which you were created. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Leslie King, Dean of the College of Chiropractic, to present the degree candidates to President Scott.
Mr. President, the candidates for the Doctor of Chiropractic degree have completed all academic requirements of the university and demonstrated excellence appropriate to the highest degree Life University bestows. With the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I am honored to present these candidates to you for the conferring of the Doctor of Chiropractic degree. Candidates, please rise.
Rebecca Rose Oliveira, summa cum laude. Sarah Dawn Bate, summa cum laude. Maria Gabriela Alpizar Jimenez. Akwesi Amponsa. Nicholas George Bacalus. Helena Bergsdotter, magna cum laude. Aaron Arrowsmith Bishop, magna cum laude. Emily Leona Bandar, cum laude. Alicia Monteith Braxton. Daniel K. Brown, summa cum laude. Rachel G. Caldwell. Dejonda S. L. Camper. Carlos A. Carlo Torres. Catherine Elizabeth Carpenter. John Carr. Gerardo A. Cervoni Galarza, magna cum laude. Elissa Ann Chambers. Calvin Chern, magna cum laude. Kelly Carey Chu, cum laude. Devin R. Colburn. Cheyenne Nicole Coleman, magna cum laude. Jasmine Marie Collins, cum laude. Isaiah Corbett IV. Shannon Takarla Craig. Sarah Crandall, cum laude. Shibum Desai. Jennifer M. Dufala. Lindsay Farrell, cum laude. Rebecca Pierce. Jillian Page Ferdinand. Shelby Lynn Fry, cum laude. She is accompanied by her mother, Dr. Mary Fry. Aixa Maria Garcia de Alba. Joseph P. Gazer, magna cum laude. Chelsea Gaudette. Evan Giles. John Gonzalez. Megan Hafkemeyer, summa cum laude. Christian Holiday, magna cum laude. Raymond John Horman. Yua Ho, magna cum laude. Ryan Charles Jameson, magna cum laude. Alice Marie Kephart, magna cum laude. Samuel Ryan Kirshner. Marcos O. Lopez Fantanes. Cynthia D. McFarlane. Joshua R. Major. Mashida Menkel, cum laude, accompanied by her father, Dr. Khaled Menkel. Axel Amare Martinez. Itza Marlene Martinez Ruiz, cum laude. Stephanie Masick, summa cum laude. Victoria L. Mathis. This degree is awarded posthumously. Matthew McNeil. Mackenzie May Meehan, magna cum laude. She is accompanied by her parents, Dr. James and Barbara Meehan. Portia Tierra Minor. Raven Minor. Ashley Guidry Monell, magna cum laude. Jasmine Tyani Montgomery. Ashley Ann Morales Rivera, magna cum laude. Amanda Liz Narvaez Reyes. Kathleen Mary Nestingen. Natalie Nogueras Vélez. Fabiola Ortiz Hernandez. Bjarki Paulsen, cum laude. Paige Peltier, cum laude. She is accompanied by her sister, Dr. Michelle Peltier, and her father, Dr. Dave Peltier. Matthew Allen Peterson, accompanied by his father, Dr. Bruce Peterson. Jackson M. Pierce. He is accompanied by Drs. Tim and Joel Pierce. Brennan Porter. Emily Elizabeth Quinn, cum laude. Christopher Luis Rivera Padilla. Arnaldo J. Roman Acevedo. Naveed Sadati, summa cum laude. Kristen Schaub, cum laude. William Shaning Burgos. Ralph Mason Ciani, summa cum laude. You know, he forgot his card and he told me what his name is and I can't remember, so please yell it out. There you go, Miguel Serrano. That's a first. Hopefully it's a last. Sky L. Shelby II, magna cum laude. He is accompanied by his father, Dr. Sky Shelby. Corey Heath Schaus. Christy Rose Silk. Holly Ann Simon, summa cum laude. Paul R. Sivo, Jr. Adam Taylor Smith, magna cum laude. Amber Deasia Smith. Delin Alejandra Solano Borilla. Madison Haley Stanger, cum laude. Marie Sheila St. Louis. Matthew Thomas Supnick. Herman Jerome Theodore Jr. Edmarie L. V. Torres Ramirez. Joshua Andrew Tosto, magna cum laude. Cody Allen Trivet, cum laude. Joshua Michael Ubbis, cum laude. Edward Varner, Jr. Vincent R. Vasallo. Fatih Velichowski, magna cum laude. And his better half, Margaret Rose Velichowski. Lemarie I. Ventura. Samuel R. Wagner, cum laude, accompanied by his brother, Dr. Jacob Wagner. Heidi Marie Webb, summa cum laude. Darian Wayne Williams. Jada Catrice Williams and Company, cum laude. Andrew John Willis. Skylar Raven Kirk Wilmarth, summa cum laude. Bradley Neal Wilson, summa cum laude. Jacqueline K. Wisniewski, cum laude. Alicia Sorrell Witt, magna cum laude. Karen Yen. Nicholas Alexander Young, summa cum laude.
A couple things about the Doctor of Chiropractic graduation that you witnessed is that our candidates, some of them were accompanied to the stage by members of their family who are also chiropractors or other healthcare representatives. We honor that tradition of recognizing the long legacy of healing and lasting purpose throughout families as their members join them on the stage. The other piece of significance that you witnessed is that our candidates were met on this side of the stage by the president of our student council, and after they crossed the stage, they were met by representatives of our alumni association. This again is an important symbolism of the transformation of the student to the professional as they leave Life University and go out into the world to serve out of a sense of abundance. The Life University values are held extremely deeply at this institution of vitalism, lasting purpose, and integrity, and we know with great certainty through the legacy of those who came before you that you will be able to go out into the world and make that difference that our valedictorian spoke of today. There has never been a time when what you have to offer has been needed more than it is today. So be sure to go out and tell it to everybody who will listen, and even those who won't, because they'll appreciate it one day. We look forward to everything that you will accomplish, all of our graduates, as you leave here to live lives of success and significance. If I could ask our chiropractic candidates to please stand while we confer the degree. With the recommendation of the faculty and administration and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Life University in the state of Georgia, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Chiropractic with all its rights and responsibilities thereunto. Congratulations. You may be seated. You know, it's during challenging times that we count on our friends to help us through, and the life of a student is most definitely challenging, wouldn't you agree? When you leave here today in pursuit of your dreams, and your friends are no longer by your side, is when you will appreciate that being a community does not necessarily mean having to share proximity with your friends. Maxwell Maltz, the famous surgeon and author of the book Psycho-Cybernetics, had a great saying. He said, you know, your mind can't tell the difference between something imagined vividly and in great detail from the real experience. So during those days and months ahead, when you leave our campus and go off for your chosen careers and begin to feel a little distanced and missing your friends here at Life University, I want to offer you a little something from our friend, Mr. Orlando Bland, that you can use as an anchor to help remember your times here at Life University vividly and in great detail.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole bedroom, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Ooh, yeah, I said Georgia, Georgia, a song of you, come as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Yeah, other arms reach out for me, other eyes smile tenderly, but still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, 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 no peace I find, no, just an old sweet song, it keeps Georgia on my mind, yeah, just an old sweet song, it keeps Georgia. Congratulations to you all. We just got one more thing to ask you, one more thing to say to you. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Just let it be. No, 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 no. The world won't get no better. We gotta change together, just you and me. You and me. Pick up all your doctors, all people well. They're the ones who suffer. Yes, you can help them make them well, but they don't have so very long. For the judgment day, won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all your builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all understand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Sure things will work out, 'cause they do every time. Just let it be. The world won't get no better. We gotta change together, just you and me. You and me. You and me. Come on, wake up everybody. Sleep in your bed. Everybody, put your hands together. Sleeping in your bed, that's right. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. Break it down, y'all. Wake up, everybody, yeah. Wake up, everybody, come on. Wake up, everybody, yeah. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. It's Patty Mac.
Ontario Glad. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Isn't that awesome? The world won't get no better. Are you starting to pick up a theme here, graduates? It's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker for today. He's certainly someone at Life University who needs no introduction. And I always feel compelled to read this, but I probably shouldn't. Been in the chiropractic profession for over 50 years as an innovator, an educator, and the president of 2 institutions, including Life University, where he served as my predecessor for 15 years, both as president and chancellor. And as a result of his significant contributions to the profession and Life University, the board bestowed upon our speaker the honorary title of Chancellor Emeritus. He's now demonstrating that entrepreneurial spirit back in private practice, innovating once again in chiropractic. So if you could please welcome to the stage Chancellor Emeritus Dr. Guy Riekman.
Well, I was going to start with a statement about, wow, things have changed since you've been in this bubble for the last 2 to 6 years. But I'm going to deviate for just a moment and then come back to it. Every graduation has its own unique personality, having sat through as many as I have, and people on this stage. Each one of them has its own emotion, its own style, its own vibe, if you will. And so for me today, there were a number of things One of them, as I saw her walk across stage, I wasn't expecting it, was Helena Berg's daughter. If you know, in Iceland, your last name is your father's name, and you're either daughter or son. And her father, Berger, is one of my best friends, her mother, Ingaloa. So I just want to say to Helena and to Berger and Conradson and Ingaloa how meaningful it is to watch your daughter walk across the stage today. And then to honor Victoria posthumously. I had to do the same thing with my daughter at age 20. So I know that pain, very, very real. And so the words you hear when people talk up here at the presentations, oftentimes there's a whole history behind them. And it's that history that makes them real and meaningful. And so I want to make some comments about how the world has changed. The world has always changed, right? The issue today is the pace at which the world is changing. You know, the first computer was built in 1949. IBM had it. It was a machine. It filled up an entire room. And when they ran it, the biggest danger was that the sparks coming off of it created fire. And they had to have the fire department there all the time when they were trying to run the computer. Well, how much did it change that in 2007, Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone? It's not that long ago, folks, right? Easily within less than a lifetime. We went from a computer the size of a room. And I don't know why they called it the iPhone. It should be called the iComputer, wouldn't you agree? The phone's one of the least value parts of it. It's the computer that you're walking around with in your pocket, thousands of times more powerful than that computer created in 1949. I remember my sister, when I got my first phone and I was doing texting. Some of you may not remember this. You only got 160 characters, you know, per text. And it had to be a real genius. And if you had a flip phone, you had to be really good at, you know, hitting the A 3 times and the B 3 times. And some people got really fast with that. And my sister said, why would you bother texting somebody? Why don't you just pick up the phone and call them? And I said, because every time I pick up the phone and call someone, it takes 30 minutes. I can send them a text and be done with them in a couple of seconds, right? Watch, the world has really changed. And by the way, the change is going on at even a bigger pace. A Sunday edition of the New York Times contains more information in one Sunday edition of the New York Times than a human being, an American, would have encountered in their entire lifetime in the 1700s. Talk about information overload. And we see it in education a lot. It wasn't just a few years ago. There was a nomenclature given to a new way of doing education. They were called MOOCs, Massive Online Education. MIT offered a course, a single course, not a degree, a single course in engineering, and 1 billion people took that course online. Just the last couple of weeks, a completely online organization that offers degrees in law from Harvard, it offers engineering degrees from MIT, you go down the line. Coursera, who has over a million students attending their school, just went public. I had a friend, we were watching a basketball game the other day, and at the halftime of the basketball game, he took out his iPhone and ordered a car from Carvana to be delivered the next morning. I was actually in the process of selling my ranch at the time. I was sitting there, as the commercial told me to do, in my underwear, having an online conversation with 5 different mortgage companies competing for my behavior, for my mortgage. The place actually sold. I never met the person who bought it, wasn't at the closing. Signed the papers with a person they sent to meet me in Miami, Florida. And when I got back to Puerto Rico, 2 days later, the money had been deposited in my account. I still don't know who bought that ranch. I just read an article from the American Banking Association. By the year 2034, it's not very far, folks. By the year 2034, they say there will not be one branch left in the United States. Not one branch location left in the United States. If you like to stand in line and get your money on Friday afternoon or make a deposit, forget it, there's going to be no place to do it. There's a school on the East Coast, a medical school that no longer has classes. Everything is online except for the clinical training. I'm headed to Detroit tonight to see the love of my life. And since I won't have time when I get there, this afternoon I ordered groceries from Whole Foods. They'll be on the doorstep when I arrive in Detroit. Healthcare, we see a massive change. 75% of hospitals now are managing their patients remotely, called remote patient management. And of those hospitals, 50% of the people that walk out of the hospital are on some kind of remote patient management system. Medicine is now in their living rooms, their bedrooms, their workplaces, and they're there 24/7. Apple is touting that you can be floating down the Colorado River on vacation, and if you have an Apple Watch on, you're connected to your doctor and can do a complete electrocardiogram. And maybe no place we see this more. There are in 2016, 5 years ago, there were 350,000 televisits to medical doctors. This year, CNBC says there will be 1 billion televisits to doctors. Wow. Things have changed, and they're moving fast. Let me tell you what I did last night. I had dinner with a friend of mine, one of the members of our board of trustees, Dr. Leanna Cart, right? Great friend. I got home about 9:30, right? And here's what I did between 9:30 and when I went to sleep. I wrote them down. I already told you I ordered the groceries. I had a virtual visit with my doctor because I have to get a COVID test every time I go back to Puerto Rico. So I had a virtual visit with him at 9:30. My luggage was wearing out, so I decided to buy a suitcase last night, which will be delivered in 2 days to my doorstep. I checked in for my Delta flight. I sent the love of my life some flowers. My grandson, who's getting ready to start Life University this October in the chiropractic program, just graduated from the University of San Diego with a business degree. And so I ordered him his graduation present, which was a portable adjusting table, which will be delivered next week. I watched the replay of yesterday's U.S. Open Golf Championship. I sent 5 thank you notes via text messages and organized 3 Zoom meetings for next week. And you know what? I did all of that. I was in my bed. I was in my bed doing all of that. That's what our evenings look like. But let me tell you something. It's not always good, and it's not just about convenience. COVID taught us that. Seth Godin talks about how the internet today has allowed us to hook up with people of common interest anywhere in the world. He calls them tribes. I loved his line. He goes, if you want to find Ukrainian dancers in the Los Angeles area, you can do it and connect with them. But let me tell you also, you can make a comment as I did on Facebook, referencing 2 researchers at Stanford and 5 from Harvard that were questioning some issues about how we were handling the COVID issue from a research standpoint, from a peer-reviewed research standpoint. And I was removed from Facebook because my information was a danger to the public health and the public well-being. It's frightening times, folks. It is frightening times. And as part of a war that's been going on since the beginning of the human experience. And that war is a war between those who have power and are in control, being able to dictate to those in the minority who oftentimes don't have any control, dictating to them and controlling them and telling them how they should think and how they should function. And we are seeing that more than ever today. One of the great things about the American Constitution, it was never designed to protect the powerful and those in the majority, those in the mainstream, those that have the thinking, the group thinking. Those people didn't need protection. The value of our Constitution, that it was set up to protect the minority, the individual, the right to think the way you wanted to speak the way you thought, and to raise your family the way they ought to be raised. I'm also experiencing this. You can say, well, that's a great philosophical discussion. But my grandson, who's a senior in high school, Torrey Pines High School in Southern California, getting ready to start his senior year, played football all the way through grade school, junior high, and high school, will now not be able to complete his senior year in high school, nor play football, Because in California, a legislator who's in authority and has power used his position to make it impossible to go to school unless you have a complete vaccination record, regardless of your beliefs along the way. So what will the future be like? I get asked that all the time, especially in chiropractic. Dr. Riekman, what do you think the future of the profession is? And the answer is the same for all professions. On my bad days, sometimes I gave a bit of a gloomy picture. When I was feeling up, I gave a real bright picture of the future, but here's the bottom line. The future is going to be whatever you and I make it. The future will be whatever you and I make it. So in the few moments we have here together, instead of a graduation talk, so many of them I've sat through that has, series of 10 cute steps to get to success, or, how to find some happiness in what you're doing. Instead of doing that today, let me offer a challenge to you, right? Let me offer something to think about when we head out into the world. And the first part of this challenge is this. You've heard it over and over. I'm going to emphasize it again. Speak up and tell the truth. Speak up and tell your truth in a voice, get this now, in a voice, in a way that other people are able to hear it and listen to it. I have to tell you, that doesn't have to do with the volume that you give your truth out. It doesn't have to do with the swagger of how you hand out your truth. It doesn't have to do with rudeness. It doesn't have to do with silencing someone else. I said speak up and tell your truth in a voice, in a way that someone else has the ability to hear it. Words are powerful. You can either empower people, or you can use the tool that people have been using who are in control to suppress those that aren't for the eons of time. The greatest tool they have is the tool of fear. And we saw that with COVID. You can either make people independent, or you can control them. You can get people to be lifted up. You can tear down a child with a word or two. Words have power. You can incite and express love, or you can incite hatred and retribution. It says in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word. Listen now, and the Word was God. Average American has 27 conversations every day, uses 16,217 words for those conversations. And by the way, those 16,217 words that make up those 27 conversations are simply a matter of 200 words that they combine in different ways to make different points. How are you going to combine these words when you walk out of here? Right? It's the same words that everyone else has. How are you going to use them differently? Those of you graduating with a nutrition degree, can you walk out of here and put the words together based on the things you learned at this institution? Vitalism, a great respect for not only the ability of the body to be a self-healing, self-developing, self-maintaining mechanism, but the idea that the universe, we are part of it, and the universe is also a self-developing, self-maintaining, and self-healing mechanism. We don't need to fix it, we just need to get rid of the interferences that are stopping it from being what it has the potential to be. So when you walk out of here with that nutrition degree, can you talk to people about how to grow and prepare food without destroying our planet, without destroying the food in the process? Can you teach people it might be better to eat a whole food breakfast than it would be to eat out of a box in the morning with a lot of damaged and processed foods? Those of you who are walking out of here with athletic degrees, can you teach the athletes that you'll be taking care of not only how to recover naturally, but how to perform like champions without the use of drugs and surgery? Those of you walking out of here with a psychology degree, can you walk out of here knowing that the basis of your relationships with patients and what should be our relationship with each other can either be based on love and forgiveness and compassion and reconciliation, or it can be based on hate and anger? We get to make the choice. I saw someone say the other day on a TV show I was watching, she said, you can't wait for it not to be hard to be happy. You got to make that decision along the way. And those of you graduating with the chiropractic degree, can you walk out of here and educate your patients that there's a better way to health than drugs, radiation, and surgery? that there's a way by correcting the damage to their nerve system that they can live whole, healthy, happy lives and express their full potential. How are you going to combine the 200 words the average American uses every day into a meaningful relationship in those 27 conversations that you're going to have? So number one, I challenge you, speak up, tell the truth, but do it in a voice, a tenor, a tone, a volume that's appropriate so other people can hear it. And that's my second challenge. Are you willing to listen? Are you willing to listen? My daughter died on a medical doctor's table because two medical doctors didn't listen to what we had to say to them. You know what? When we're talking to people, and listening doesn't mean just being quiet while someone else is talking. Let's face it, most of us, when someone else is talking, we're already constructing what our response is going to be. In fact, we've got our response all set to go before they even finish commenting about what they're telling us. That's not listening. Can we see the world through their eyes for that brief moment as to why they hold the beliefs and the opinions that they have? Can we defend their right to speak, even though we may not agree with what they're saying? You know, most of us, when we don't see something we like or hear, we just tune it out. Sometimes we tolerate what other people say to us. Sometimes we're actually listening and actively listening. And sometimes there are people who have given their lives to defend the right of people to say what they believe, even though they don't agree with it along the way. So are we willing not only to speak our truth, but are we willing to listen to other people from their standpoint? And then the third thing, can we respect the people that we're listening to? Ooh, that's a whole nother level than just listening, isn't it? Can we respect their experiences? Can we see the world through their eyes for that brief moment to try to understand them? And I guess that leads me to the fourth point. If you want to respect other people, then you're going to have to be respected yourself if you want them to share with you. And to be respected, you have to deserve respect. So don't you remember when we talked in Rights and Responsibility in the first quarter, that 8-hour course on integrity, I commented about how H.G. Wells, the author, and Mahatma Gandhi had a series of letters and conversations going back and forth. H.G. Wells had written a series of articles on human rights, and he had asked Gandhi to endorse the articles, which Gandhi, interestingly, refused to do. And so Wells was sending letters back and forth to Gandhi, asking him basically why he wouldn't endorse these articles on human rights. And in the final letter, he said, "But haven't you stood for human rights your entire lifetime?" And Gandhi wrote back and said, "No." He said, when you look at my life, if what you see is someone that fought for human rights, he said, you missed the point. He said, what I've stood for is human responsibility. He said, whatever rights people think they derive should be based on the responsibilities of how they live their lives. And so we look around at people, even people here in Georgia, most recently in the last year, John Lewis, who stood up and spoke his truth throughout his life, spoke it in a way that people could understand it, didn't demean other people, respected them along the way, gained the respect of the people around him, and he summed that whole process up in that wonderful statement about go out and get in trouble, but get in some good trouble. Get in good trouble. Are we willing to go out and get into good trouble? So watch what you say, how you say it, and your intent. Your intent. So here's the challenge. Speak truth, shut up long enough to listen, respect the speaker and defend their right to say what they have to say, and deserve to be respected by living your life with integrity and serving people with lasting purpose to give, serve, love, and do out of gratitude and abundance. So, Ontario and Patty, I have to tell you, I love that song by John Legend. It's time for us all to wake up. So I'd like to end with another songster, a philosophic person, and I don't mean Terry Pendergrass talking about close the door. If you're old enough, you understand what that is. Hopefully we'll do some of that tonight. Now this one's from Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie said this, Some people say we've lost our way, that the world has somehow gone astray. But if you know where you're going, there's nothing you can't do. For while troubles will come and troubles will leave you, the world will even try to deceive you. The truth is always in your heart. You know it. You always know when you're around truth. It's in your heart. Maybe the greatest challenge of all. Can you follow your heart for the rest of your lifetime? We love you. Thanks for joining our profession. Thanks for being Life alumni.
Thank you, Dr. Riekman. Chiropractic students, if you're ready to use your words, to listen, and to respect the opinions of others, if I could ask you to stand and repeat the chiropractic oath. It's in your green folders that were presented to you if you'd like to follow along. This is your last open book test. You repeat after me. In accordance with the law of nature, that law which God has prescribed to all humankind, and in consequence of my dedication to the health of humankind by the application of that law, I promise and swear to keep the following oath to the best of my ability and judgment. I will observe and practice every acknowledged rule of professional conduct in relation to my profession, my patients, my colleagues, and myself. I will keep an open mind regarding the progress of my profession, provided that this progression shall be confined within the boundaries of the chiropractic science, philosophy, and art. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability, violating neither their confidence nor their dignity, and in my association with patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I shall regard and refer to my fellow chiropractor with honor, giving credit where it is due. I shall improve my knowledge and skill, firm in my resolution to justify the responsibility which the degree Doctor of Chiropractic symbolizes and imposes. To all this I pledge myself, knowing these ideals are prescribed by the dictates of reason alone. Congratulations. If I could ask all of our June 2021 graduates to please rise. This is the fun part. If you'll all turn your tassels from right to left. Graduates and doctors, please turn and present yourself to the audience.
Please be seated for just another minute. Today is a celebration. But before we close, I would like for you to reflect just for a moment on a phrase you've heard several times today. The President conferred upon you each a degree with all the privileges and responsibilities. These rights and privileges bring with them responsibilities. Responsibilities to make good use of your earned knowledge, skills, and your values. Today, you join a long list of distinguished Life University alumni who have taken that responsibility seriously and worked to make the world a better place. I hope each one of you leave here today with a deep, deep appreciation of your time at Life University and a strong commitment to life's values of lasting purpose, integrity, and vitalism, and to put your education, your energy, and your enthusiasm to good use and to work towards making this world a better place for yourselves, your children, and future generations to come. So enjoy today, but tomorrow there's work to do. Congratulations.